Yeah, what's up? It's Grip from Kissing Candice, and you're watching the Grizzly ENT YouTube channel.
Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Or, not even welcome back. Welcome to the Grizzly ENT Podcast. Today, I am here with Michael of Kissing Candice, and today we're playing some Mortal Kombat X. We were trying to plan to do an actual intro, but for some reason the game just wanted to throw us into a match already.
I didn't even pick my character.
I didn't either.
So now he's going.
How did they know I was going to pick Ermac, though?
I'm Grip from Kissing Candice, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so basically the idea for this show, it's just a bunch of people, you know, it's just me interviewing a bunch of people that like to do music and they like video games at the same time. So why not bring them together and give us a little bit of a
super cool idea,
and give us a little bit of a insight into what they are as a normal person. You know what I mean? Not just as a person that you see on Spotify or on YouTube or what was that one weird thing that like Metallica was like into back in the day? Like they had like a
Napster.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, Napster. The first ever, like, mainstream legal downloading service.
Yeah, that was, like... I just remember, like... I was younger back in the day, so I didn't really know stuff about, like, Metallica, and, I didn't know, like, the whole... I didn't really know the whole idea with him... With, you know, James Hetfield being pissed off at Napster or whatever. Yeah, so I was like...
I think it was mostly Lars Ulrich, I think, but I'm not...
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah.
It was one of them. They definitely were not happy. I know that.
Yeah, I don't know, like, the whole situation, but I just found it funny. Like, like, I know there was a bunch of artists who, like, refused to be on Spotify because of the,
Yeah. I know, like, Tool and the Beatles refused to be on for a long time.
Yeah, that was a weird thing, too, because when Tool released their album, it was, like, everybody listened to it, but then, I feel like this is going to be, like, a really unpopular opinion. I don't think it was as... I feel like it was a little bit too hyped. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't really up to par with, like, some of their other stuff that they've released.
Yeah, it's definitely not their best album, but, I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. And it was crazy that they did, like, a CD release that was so popular.
Yeah.
Because no one really does a CD release that's, like, insanely popular anymore. It sells out everywhere.
Oh, god damn it.
Like, I know, like, limited vinyl, like, always sells out, but... that was a really bad finishing.
Yeah, I was pissed off. I was gonna say I'm about to do the fatality, and then I just lost there. I mean, technically, it's the. Oh, okay. I guess we're just playing the same characters. All right. Or nope. There we go.
Nope. Never mind. There we go.
I wish I actually had the updated characters, because I have the first combat pack. I don't have the other one with Boraicho and all of them.
Yeah, I don't have any of them, so it's like my 5th time playing this game probably. I mean, I played the old ones, but I'm a future rating.
So on the topic of horror movies, because if anybody's familiar with Kissing Candice, you can tell that everybody's, you know, you got your whole little setup, you have the, you know what I mean, like you have the whole, like costumes, you have the, very horror based. And another band that I recently interviewed, Raven Black, I know that you guys went on tour with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we know Raven Black really well. Love those guys.
Yeah.
Great people.
Yeah, they were a lot, Raven was a lot more nice than I thought she would be. No offense to Raven, it's just like I always assume...
She's one of the kindest people in the world. She's beyond nice.
Like, I always have this mentality when...
Chris, all of them, great people.
Yeah, I always have this, like, mentality whenever I go to do an interview that, like, I need to be as professional as possible, but, like, sometimes they'll just be... they'll just be like hella cool, and I could just really just I could just say whatever, and they won't care. Like I remember when I did
pretty much.
my interview with Unmazer, they I think I talked something about Limp Bizkit. I don't remember the whole I don't remember like the whole context of it. I just remember him talking about how much he was a fan of Limp Bizkit, and I'm on the majority who is on the Limp Bizkit hate train. Like, not that they don't have some banger music, like they got some good songs.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
But
I'm a huge Limp Bizkit fan.
it's like, I think what turns me off mostly about their music is just the way that they portray themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's like,
It's,
like,
they're playing characters, you know.
yeah. Like I know Attila
Marketing sells.
I know Attila likes to play the heel a lot. Like, and I know Five Finger Death Punch kind of does like the same thing.
Yeah, they have like the military thing going.
Yeah,
And
I saw.
It has like the douche bro thing going.
Yeah, I saw that. I'll try to throw a picture up on screen, but I saw this picture and it was like Five Finger Death Punch starter pack, and it had like the tribal tattoo, the mohawk, the Smash Mouth trim beard. Like, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
honestly, like that's how you define a Five Finger Death Punch fan right there.
Yeah, there's some good ones out there though. You know.
Yeah.
Like, I fuck with it. I get what they're doing. I like it. I don't actively like listen to it, but I respect what they're doing.
Yeah, they.
I know their fan base that they've amassed is just incredible.
Yeah, they just. I don't know how. Like, I don't want to say like I don't know how they have a fan base, because they do. I feel like Ivan is actually a really good hard rock vocalist. It's just that I think what brings them down the most is their lyricism. Like, I think that's the whole thing that turns me off about Five Finger Death Punch.
They've been grinding for years, so
Yeah.
I always respect that.
Yeah, it just seems like.
Something.
Yeah, it just seems as if the because I recently reviewed, or not even recently, it was a couple months ago. I reviewed their newest album, and I don't think, no, it probably is their like either their weakest or their second weakest album, because they've definitely released a lot better things than that.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta turn down the game volume a little bit because it's way too loud, and up your volume. Let me figure out how to do that. But yeah, man, like on topic, like bands like Limp Bizkit, Five Finger Death Punch, like all these bands have gotten to like where they are because of, you know, just hard work and dedication to their craft and the scene, and it's awesome. So I respect it. And Limp Bizkit, I just genuinely love as a band who I've been listening to since I was a kid. So
Yeah,
like,
it's
when I was a child, like teenager, they were like the biggest thing in the world. Fred Durst is literally like a pop star, not even a rock star. He was like hanging out with pop stars. It was insane.
I didn't even know he was doing. Is he still doing music, or is?
Yeah, he's actually directing film now.
Oh yeah,
I released a movie with John Travolta that he put out.
I saw that.
Check out still.
I know. Yeah, I know he started doing direct. Yeah, I know he started doing directorial stuff.
Yeah, he's directing some music videos too. I know he did one of that band Dead's music videos.
Oh yeah.
Not sure which one, but
I know.
the guy's always been like an artist, so.
Yeah, I can say that as well, because there's no like artists I generally like can't stand, because everybody has some sort of they have some sort of
Yeah, it's like
edge to
their
it.
character, you know. They have to
Or
play.
But I think that like a lot of artists have their own type of thing that you can respect them for. There's one musician that I can say that I really do not see the appeal of at all, and that's a rapper named Lil Xan. Like, I absolutely cannot stand him. Like, his attitude, his music's abysmal. I'll just put it to you that way. It's really lazy music.
It is a bit lazy, but he also is Eminem's manager. So,
Wait,
like,
what?
Yeah, he's managed by the same guy who like brought Eminem back up in the day. So
Doctor. No, it's
so
not
he's
Dre,
got
is
some,
it?
no, it's not Dre, but someone else who worked with Eminem on his way up.
I think it's Sway probably.
Yeah, I think it might be. It's something like that. But he's got someone huge who like manages him, and that probably helps a lot.
Yeah,
You know,
I just think it's
like
kind of
marketing.
I just think it's kind of ridiculous that he got that so much attention. Oh, I forgot about this fatality.
Yeah.
Just
It's pretty brutal.
yeah, Kenshi.
Yeah, he did get a lot of it. His amount of attention is absolutely insane that he's gotten.
Well, he's just kind of like he released that one song back in 2018 and it just kind of fell off.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's doing music anymore.
No, he is. It's just nobody's paying attention to it.
Really? Oh.
It's
Yeah,
still
I know he's-
abysmal.
I know Lil Pump said he quit rap to start doing rock and shaved off his eyebrows, but I haven't heard.
I'm
much
sorry,
about
what?
that either. Yeah. Yeah, if you look up, Lil Pump's got no eyebrows anymore.
Oh my god.
He's kind of doing that Marilyn Manson thing. He says he's going to be a rock artist.
No, he's doing the Lil Wayne thing.
Yeah. Except I don't think he's. I remember the guitarist of Dillinger Escape Plan, like, was the one teaching Lil Wayne to play guitar for some reason, which is just hilarious.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but like teach.
Like technical mathcore bands teaching.
That's what I'm saying. How do you teach Lil Wayne how to play guitar? That's like giving that's like giving a drum set from John Bonham and then John Bonham teaching like Aaron Carter to play the drums or something.
Yeah, yeah, basically. Ben Wyman's also like a guitar genius, and I don't know how far those lessons went, but I think he actually did a remix of Lil Wayne's song too on one of his albums, which is also pretty funny. And Ben Wyman's had a cool career going from Dillinger Escape Plan into Suicidal Tendencies now, so that's cool as hell.
Yeah.
That's always awesome to see.
Yeah, I can't help but miss them though. Like I wish I could have went. Yeah, I wish I could have went to one of their shows. They had some like crazy ass shows from like the.
Yeah, I've seen. I was at they did a secret show once I was at a long time ago, and probably like 2007. It was like the most violent thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, they. If you thought that some.
Like someone got hit in the face with guitars.
Yeah, they don't play around when it comes to putting on that one hell of a show.
I respect that. Like, there's a lot of like bigger bands where it's like everything is, it's like choreographed, you know. And I hate when it's choreographed. It's rock and roll. It's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be choreographing it. This isn't American Idol, you know.
I mean, I do like some artists who can put on like theatrics and stuff like that for their show, but some people just kind of overdo it.
But
Like
bands that, like,
in this moment
it's like,
they
you stand at this part of the stage during this part of the song, and you don't move until this part of the song.
yeah
You go to that side of the stage, so we always know what side of the stage you're on, and the singer has to be in this spot for this.
yeah.
That's something we've never done, never will do.
I mean, like in this moment they got some really theatrical shows, but
Yeah.
like honestly.
Yeah.
I've seen them twice in concert. It was once in May and then once in October, and basically it was the exact same show, just like 2 or 3 songs that were different.
Yeah, I'm honestly not too familiar with their music. I've never seen them live, but I can respect what they're doing still.
Yeah, the plus I like the bands that can actually put on theatrics for their show. Like good example, Ice Nine Kills. Like they just can put on like a mask or so, and you know they know how to put on a theatrical release and stuff like that because they know what they're doing. But at the same time, they're not like full choreographed, like not full choreographed. Like you need to stand here, and I have to, you have to be this part, or and then this part, like same with Raven Black.
Yeah.
They just like have their props and then they just like perform. Like it's.
Yeah, it's the same as us too. We have our light shows program, but that's it. Everything else is just whatever we do. If I
Mm.
get hit in the head with a guitar, it's real, and if I'm bleeding, it's real. If someone else is bleeding, it's real. If someone's getting spit on, it's real and unplanned.
Did
It just happens. You know, you get into the character, you become that character.
did
Put
that
that mask on,
did
you
that
become that
happen?
person.
Did that happen at one of your shows
Oh
where you
yeah, it's happened at multiple shows.
care to share experience?
But yeah, gotta do whatever you can to make things different. You know, bring it
Yeah.
back to like Marilyn Manson, 1996. You know.
Yeah, and then like bring back Ozzy eating bats and shit.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's gonna be my next PR stunt. Get my
What, eating a
bad,
bat?
get Peter. Yeah, get Peter really mad.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think PETA would like that one.
Nah, that
I mean,
shit
do you
flew
know like the
like
whole like story behind that though?
63. No, I think yeah, actually I do. I think
Like
we were
Ozzy,
bad on stage.
yeah, and Ozzy
That
didn't
was like a
know.
fake bat.
Yeah, he thought it was a fake bat and he bit
He
it.
was so high on like all sorts of drugs.
Yeah, I just found that funny because it's like everybody just assumes he was crazy. I mean, Osbourne, he's fucking crazy no matter what. But
Oh yeah,
like this one was just like
It's crazy.
an accident. Like that one was just an accident that happened. I just found that funny.
for real. Yeah, I really I loved his like I'm a huge Post Malone fan. I'm not.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
I
Post
like
Malone's he's doing great.
collab to Ozzy Osbourne. And
You ever
he's from the
see?
metal scene too, so which I think is great.
You ever seen the picture and it's like Post Malone fans or Ozzy Osbourne fans? Who's this Post Malone guy? Post Malone fans. Who's
yeah.
this Ozzy Osbourne guy?
Wow.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Wow, Post Malone's
And then it says
on the map.
Ozzy Osbourne. Who's Ozzy Osbourne? Like it just said Ozzy
Oh
Osbourne.
man.
Like yeah, Ozzy's just fucking crazy. Oh, I didn't do it in time, but yeah, Ozzy Osbourne. He's I do enjoy his song they did with Post on his new album. I thought it was really great.
Oh yeah, I think it's fantastic.
Like I like this new like wave of rappers becoming rock star, like Machine Gun Kelly, Post Malone,
I
Youngblood.
was about to say Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun
Yeah.
Kelly's releasing a pop punk album like next week, I think.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for that, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And then
He's put out like the one with Black Bear, like all these
Yeah.
guys, like are raised in punk and metal,
mm,
and like hip hop's the new punk basically when it comes down to it.
yeah, I know Youngblood. He just did a song
Yeah,
with
he
Bring the
just did,
Horizon.
Bring the
Holy
Horizon.
shit, I love that. I love that. Yeah, I was not expecting such an amazing song. Like, no offense
Neither was I.
to Youngblood, but then like as soon as you hear him start dropping
Yeah.
the fries, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, I'm not glad I've never heard any of Youngblood's music, but I've heard him feature on songs, like
Yeah.
feature on that Machine Gun Kelly song.
Yeah, same here. Like it's only
the
been
Bring
that
the
song.
Horizon and they're both really good. I mean, he looks like he could have been used
Yeah, yeah.
straight out of Hot Topic.
He just reminds me of a scene Sum 41. Like I forgot the lead
Yeah.
singer's name. But he just reminds me of like a
Derek
scene.
Wembley, I think, something like that.
Yeah, he just reminds me of like a scene character of him. And I've seen Sum 41.
I don't know what the hell he does.
I think he's pop punk, I think. I know Youngblood.
Oh, yeah, they're very pop punk.
Sum 41, they actually put on a great live show too. Like I didn't start going to concerts. I didn't start going to concerts until like probably like May of last year cuz I wasn't like I didn't have a job or anything, so I was so I wasn't able to do anything.
Much respect to you from getting into going into concerts a year ago and doing interviews in a year. That's really sick.
I've been going to concerts since then, and I went to, I don't remember the exact number, but probably like 9 or 10 concerts last year, and I remember Sum 41. Sum 41 was like one of those shows that just seemed like I never went to Warped Tour either. That's something that I will always regret. Yeah, that is something I will always regret. Never going to Warped Tour.
I've been to like 10 of those. We even we played Mayhem Fest for the full summer, and that was absolutely crazy. The final Mayhem Fest in 2015, headlined by Slayer, King
Yeah.
Diamond, Whitechapel was on it.
Yeah. I wish I could have got tickets to Whitechapel's
really,
show. I love Whitechapel.
Murder.
Surprisingly enough,
We're wrong.
the day that everything shut down in my state, I was supposed to go see Thy Art Is Murder, like in concert.
Oh, yeah. Those are great guys, man. They were fun to tour with too. Like they're all super nice, really friendly, super funny too. Like you expected like such serious, heavy music that there would be such serious, dark, sad, depressed dudes. But
Yeah.
people are out there to have a fun time.
Yeah, I feel like the people who seem the most serious are the ones that have the most fun with their music.
Absolutely. Like on that same tour, we were on tour with Hell Yeah, which is has members of rest in peace, Vinnie Paul from Pantera, Chad
Hell
from
yeah.
Mudvayne, the guy from Nothing Face, I think, and they were super friendly. Like Vinnie Paul would barbecue for us and stuff. It was great.
A Vinnie Paul barbecue sounds really amazing.
Oh, dude, best wings I've ever had in my life, man. Rest in peace. He was such a great guy. And like if they had anything extra, they would just give it to us. They'd be like, "Hey, man, we're just out here to have a good time." You know, it's like we've done the band thing. We play music that we want to play now. We don't care if anyone likes it at all. We're just four friends having a great time.
Yeah.
Who happened to be in huge bands before this, which is cool as hell.
And see
People do like it, even if they don't like the music. They like seeing these rock stars from back in the day back at it, you know?
Yeah. See, the way that I discovered your band was that I was looking through several show tours back in the day, like from the bands I've interviewed. So I looked at Raven Black, and I saw your band, and I was like, "Oh, who are these guys?" And then I looked it up, and then I think it was either Put 'Em Up or Degeneration that I started listening to. Yeah, I started listening to that.
It's kind of funny how you said Raven Black, and then I picked Aaron Black at the same time.
I didn't realize that.
Insane. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I didn't even realize, if I knew that you guys toured with Psycho Stick, I was.
We toured Psycho Stick.
How are they? Like,
If you want, they're hilarious. They're some of the best people ever. They're super nice. Alex, their drummer, is like insane. He just wrote a book on some sort of science. He's one of the smartest people in the business. The Moose is actually from like 15 minutes away from me.
Really?
They all have their own talents, and their merch guy's like the best dude ever. Yeah.
I was working at a restaurant at that time. I didn't have that type of money.
Yeah.
Like that, when I first got like a job, like working at a restaurant, like at the cooking table, I was making like, at the time it was a lot of money for me. Like I was making like 200 or 300 every 2 weeks, and I was like, hey, I'm actually getting money now. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like
I mean, you'd be surprised. Like all these bands are desperate for money because there's no money in metal right now unless you're Slipknot. Or like Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie. You're just like, I feel bad for all the bands like the size of Miss May I, who probably relied on touring as their sole income, don't have health insurance or anything, are completely out right now.
Yeah.
You know, because there's no income coming in. Like I work a full-time job, so
I'm getting my ass kicked right now.
we don't make the kind of money to do it full time. So when Corona happened and touring stopped, I'm like, well, we all have jobs that we work when we're not on the road, so we'll be able to survive. Like the band's not breaking up. We still have the album coming out.
Oh, is this an album announcement?
Problem. No, it's been announced that it's coming out, but it's done. It's finished. We're just waiting on the final masters and way to get it out. The problem is being a band of our size. Like, we can't just put it out and expect it to sell. We have to be on tour playing But at this rate, with touring looking like it's not going to pick up for like another, at least very minimum a year, we're going to have to get the album out either way and just see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, call me crazy or a conspiracy theorist, but, like, I have this, like, I don't know if I'm going to include this in the video, but, I have this theory that this is just a whole thing for, like, don't get me wrong, I know Corona's real and stuff like that, but I feel like this was a whole thing for the because have you heard, like, that Trump found out, like, about Corona in February and he just didn't do anything about it? Have you seen that? Yeah.
I mean,
Like, that just, like, furthered my point more, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm a huge conspiracy theorist myself, but I can't talk about it in interviews. Several think I'm crazy.
I mean, honestly, like, it's a theory, you know what I mean? It's not true unless it's proven true. So it's like,
A lot of the theories I had 20 years ago turned out to be true now, so we'll see in 20 years. That's when everything comes out. And we'll see with Tom DeLonge if there's actually aliens, if Blink-182 is going to be the one who exposes extraterrestrial life.
imagine seeing that headline. Blink-182 finds extraterrestrial life.
I could see in about that happening in about 5 years.
Just,
It's gonna be like, oh, Tom DeLonge, guitarist of Blink-182, has unleashed the truth of aliens on America.
like, that would just be a headline that everybody would just stare at their phone and just keep staring until it goes away, because they can't, they're just confused.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though I try to like stay away from politics,
Yeah.
like I wanted Bernie to win because Bernie promised that if he became president, he would tell us the truth about aliens, and that's all it really matters.
Yeah.
Right now, is if aliens are real or not.
Aliens are just looking down on us
Yeah,
like,
this-
man, these guys
Yeah,
are
in this
fucked.
time and age, we just need to know if aliens exist.
Oh, they do exist.
And
It's not possible
Bernie-
that we're the only people in this world.
Oh, I agree. I agree, but I just wish Bernie got in there and the first day in office was like, as promised, here are all the documents on the aliens we have at Roswell.
I mean, there's a video. I'll try to find it, but there's a video of a congresswoman literally, like, she's literally talking about, like, the types of aliens that are, like, present on planet Earth. Like, this was an actual
Yeah.
Congress meeting, and I'm just like thinking to myself, like, how come nobody's talking about this?
Well, stuff like that they don't really want spread around too much because they'll make everyone.
But that's the thing. It was like
Yeah,
an actual congresswoman who was saying it. Like, she was in, like, a
Yeah,
Congress
crazy.
meeting. That's the craziest thing about it. That it was an actual congresswoman.
Yeah, I watched the Bob Lazar Area 51 documentary, and I mean, that guy seems like he might have some legitimacy to him.
Yeah.
But who knows?
At least he doesn't have, like, the Alex Jones type thing, where he's, you know, talking about them putting putting chemicals in the water, turning the friggin' frogs gay.
Yeah, turning the frogs gay, and which actually might be a thing I heard. I'm not sure though.
If that turns out
Spread that rumor.
that Alex Jones it was telling the truth.
Gender, yeah. But the strange thing is, like, about 20 years ago, before Alex Jones went crazy, like, he was, like, talking about things that, like, actually happened, like, 15 years later, were actually true. But now he's just gone, you know, off the deep end.
Yeah, he's just gone batshit crazy.
Talking about, like, interdimensional psychological vampires or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he was talking something about vampires. I don't remember what he was talking about, though.
It's interesting that he's been banned from every social platform, too. It's like...
Has he really?
Huh. Yeah, he's not allowed on anything anymore. Because his ideas are too... His theories are a little bit too much for, I think, and end up offending a lot of people because of how insensitive they are.
Yeah, I mean,
It's one thing
Twitter
to, like,
cancels everybody.
Speculate on aliens. Yeah. It's one thing to speculate on aliens, it's another to, like, speculate on, you know, actual life events where people lost their lives. Which is what he was doing, and, like, you know, it's like, it's gotta cause a lot of pain for the people whose families were involved when this guy's like, oh, this didn't happen, these people didn't die.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's like, yeah, they did.
I think that it's kind of ironic that some people are just not allowed to be canceled. Like,
Yeah.
there are some. Honestly, I
It's
think
very
that
interesting.
I don't think you should like cancel somebody over something they said like years ago. Like, unless you're like being genuinely like offensive and you're trying to be like hateful. But
Yeah, I mean,
things were
it was
different
like
back in
10
the
years
day.
ago,
You know what I
like,
mean?
people were,
Yeah.
like, yeah. I mean, it's like the best they can do is come out and apologize. You know, it's like,
Mhm.
I was young, I was a kid, and I said things I thought were funny, and they weren't funny. It turns out,
Yeah, it's
and I'm sorry.
yeah, I just feel like it's a
Like
type of thing.
everyone said something they regret in their life. It's like when you're in the public spotlight and people don't like you, they're gonna find those things to bring you down.
Mm. I just think that it's kind of unnecessary. Like for if it's like imagine like going all the way back to like 2009 when Twitter first started and just finding tweets that somebody said that could be taken as it doesn't even have to be insulting, just kind of sus, and then they're just like, oh, cancel this guy, he said this thing, and I'm just like all he said,
It happened
like the
a
James
lot.
Gunn thing, like that just I thought that was
Yeah.
really stupid. Like
Yeah, I was really looking forward to that new Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
oh
Too,
no, he's back
he's
on
back now, right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So but
Yeah,
that like when it
like,
first came out, everybody
I
was
just,
pissed
like,
off.
The cast is like, no, we're not doing it. Then we know James
Yeah.
is a good guy. So,
James Gunn's
and his first two movies were fantastic. So,
mhm. his did he direct the Belko or write the Belko experiment?
I think he directed it.
I know he
not
had
too
something to
sure,
do with
though.
it.
Yeah.
His one movie Brightburn that he produced, that movie had so much potential, man. Like I was disappointed in how it turned out, but like
I've never actually seen that. I'm gonna have to check that out. What's it called Brightburn?
yeah, it's like basically the whole premise is what if Superman was a dick? Like that's his whole thing. What if Superman was a dick? So
I actually have heard of that.
yeah, I think it's a really
I've never seen
it's
it.
a really
I've
great
heard of that.
concept.
Yeah, very interesting.
Plus the gore in that movie is fucking awesome. Like
Yeah, I think I've checked that out.
here, I'm not gonna spoil the movie for you, but let's just say when there's a guy in a car being lifted up, you are not prepared for what is about to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
That's
But
like, that's like that series, The Boys, on Amazon.
oh,
I
I
don't know if you've
fucking
seen
love that show.
Yeah, I just started the second season last night with my girlfriend.
Oh, it's out? Oh, I
Really
didn't
good.
know it was out yet.
Yeah, it just came out, I think, a few days ago.
Oh, I gotta watch it then. I didn't know it was out yet.
We watched 2 episodes last night. It was awesome.
Yeah, when I first watched that
It's
show,
fantastic.
yeah, when I first watched that show, I was like, "Oh, this is a superhero show. All right, cool." And then like, what was his name?
Yeah.
Fucking
Homeland.
fast guy. Forgot his name.
A-Team?
A-Train.
I think his name's A-Team. A-Train, yeah, A-Train.
Yeah, when A-Train ran through Robin, I'm just thinking to myself like, "Holy shit, this is awesome."
Yeah, that was
Like that.
crazy. I was like, and he started out right like that. I'm like, okay, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna watch this. So I'm like not that big into superhero movies.
Mhm.
To me, they all like have like the same. It's like the same thing over and over again. But things like that, movies like Kick-Ass and
Yeah, Kick-Ass is a
what's it
no
called?
pun intended,
Like,
Kick-Ass
stuff
movie.
Like that. Yeah, absolutely.
The
Things like that I think are really awesome. Or it's like a different take on the genre.
yeah.
Actually, I love the Joker though. The Joker I thought was a great take on
Yeah.
superhero movies too.
That
It was
honestly,
more like a movie on mental health even.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even think it was technically a
Like
superhero
that.
movie. I just thought it was more of like
Yeah.
a biopic.
Yeah, I felt like it had like a lot more to do with mental health than it did anything with superpowers or anything like that.
It was definitely
Really just a super rich guy with like a lot of nice things.
yeah. It was
So, like,
definitely
I'm not
one of my
that
top
crazy about
movies of
that,
last year.
but-
It was definitely one of my
Yeah,
top
I
movies of
agree.
last year. But the for me it's different because I feel like if you can have a superhero who has a lot of supervillains, I feel like it can work a lot better. Like Spider-Man and Batman, they got a lot of different.
Yeah.
They have a lot of different enemies.
And they're all like iconic.
Yeah, like Spider-Man's got Rhino, he's got Venom, Green Goblin,
Yeah.
Vulture,
Dr. Octopus,
Doctor Rock. Yeah,
and he's got the
Tombstone,
whole
Kingpin.
Venom thing,
Yeah,
Carnage.
yeah. Ain't they releasing Carnage movie? I remember seeing something about that.
I hope so. I
Yeah.
remember the Super Nintendo game was awesome.
Yeah, I know they're coming out with a new Spider-Man game, Miles Morales or something like that for PS5, but which is kind of makes me mad because because I am planning on getting the new Xbox because I don't know, I already have an account with Xbox and I don't want to like restart all the way.
Yeah. I was
So
thinking about going to the new PlayStation, but yeah, I'm so like deep in Xbox now. It seems like the way I have to go.
yeah, and the console prices are actually pretty decent, surprisingly.
Yeah, no. I gotta set you up with my guitarist Dreamer. He's a big gamer in the group.
Make them suffer. I know they got a great lineup too. I wish that was somebody I can get on here, like Booka or Shane. Because they were supposed to be on a tour with Ice Nine Kills back in November, but I think they got like stuck at immigration or something like that, so they weren't able to go on the tour. And I was really upset by that too because they're
Yeah, that's a bummer.
possibly one of my favorite death metal bands.
Yeah, immigration's very hard right now too, since
Well, this was back in November, so this was.
going on. Yeah, no, even then it was still.
I just thought it was kind of disappointing, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And oftentimes it's not like even the band or the country's fault. It's like just their manager never applied for their visas or something like that.
Yeah.
Just something so stupid.
Yeah, I know.
It's like all you had to do was fill out one piece of paper and you would have been fine, but you wait till like the last minute, your manager never does it, something like that.
Yeah, I forgot what it was, but there's 3 venues that I frequent. I'm in the DMV area, so I'm around like Baltimore Soundstage, Rams Head.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
And then
Soundstage, I believe.
and then the Fillmore down in Silver Spring. Like those are the venues that I like most frequent, and usually the bands that play there, when I went to Acacia Strain, like it was really like I like the Baltimore Soundstage possibly the most because if it's not enough people, they'll just completely remove the barricade and you can just hop on stage. Like you can just hop on stage and just do all the shit.
Yeah. That's always been a big part of like metal and hardcore on like the underground level. It's
Yeah.
like, shows the barricades. It's like get rid of them.
Yeah,
It's like just don't overstay your welcome on stage if you hop up there. Don't be sitting there trying to take selfies with everyone.
yeah.
It's like get up there, then jump off.
I remember when I went to see Acacia Strain, they did that, and and they were playing Hills Have Eyes, and I got up on stage and Vince just looks at me and he just holds out the microphone and I'm just the hills have eyes. Yeah. It was fucking awesome because that was the first time like they removed the barricade because a lot of the shows I went to they always had them.
Yeah, we played there before, and there was in fact a small barricade. I think we played there with I Set My Friends on Fire. If I recall correctly.
Oh yeah.
Our
Are they?
drummer's actually from Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah. The DMV area is like really like big for metal. Just music in general, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm
from Long Island, New York, which used to be huge we like gave birth to the modern emo scene with bands like Taking Back Sunday and Brand New and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then we had a big metal scene too, and big hardcore scene, but that kind of faded away. And well, now there's absolutely nothing, of course. But I mean, Straight from the Path is from here.
Yeah.
Glassjaw's from here.
Straight from the Path is
There's plenty others I'm missing.
yeah, they're pretty cool. Straight from the Path. I was gonna go to their concert with Counterparts, but I was on like a $200 budget every 2 weeks, so
Yeah.
had to limit the type of concerts I was going to. But like,
Yeah, you gotta do a lot of interviews, get tight, and be like, hey, let me get on that guest list.
I know Johnny Craig. He was like, I know he was dating like a lizard YouTuber or something like that.
Yeah, he was dating that reptile YouTuber, but that
Yeah.
didn't go too well for him.
Yeah, and that was the thing too. I knew like I was watching her because I have a weird obsession with like reptiles and animals and stuff like that. But
Oh, that's pretty funny. So
yeah. So then as soon as I saw, and then she posted a video and it was like my experience dating Johnny Craig and he's dangerous, and I'm like, wait a minute, why does that name sound familiar? And then I looked it up and I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
he was Dance Gavin Dance? What the fuck?
Yeah, Dance Gavin Dance, Emarosa, Slaves.
Yeah, I was trying to remember what band that was, Slaves. But
Yeah.
he's been trying to do his own like music, like almost like a rap
Yeah.
rock type thing. Honestly, it's not that good.
Yeah,
Like-
I don't know how. He might be a little bit too deep now after the MacBook scandal and everything.
Yeah, I think Dance Gavin Dance actually released a almost like a diss track towards them on their album back in April.
Would not be surprised.
Yeah, what song was it? I think it was
He's
called
been
Born to
all
Fail.
over- He's been all over like the news for not the best things for
Yeah.
a long time now, but people still stand by him. So like,
I mean, no matter what, there's always going to be those fans that don't really realize
Yeah,
the
they
whole
don't.
things.
they don't believe. They're like, oh, I don't believe this, even though it's been said by like 800 different people in 700 different scenarios.
It's especially the fan base. That's kind of like what
Yeah,
does the worst
that's
of it.
like the blood on the dance floor fans.
Which first off, I don't even know how there's fans. Oh wait, I do realize kids. But
Yeah, they're kids, and and
like I was never, I was too young for like the whole MySpace era of music and stuff like that. But
it was
You
a
know,
great time to be
I've
alive.
I've kind of familiarized myself with the types of things that were like that back then. Millionaires, Hollywood Undead,
Oh, yeah.
Broken Side, Blood on Dance Floor.
Yeah, I mean, if you're interested in like the history of everything, you gotta check out Finn McKenty's punk rock.
Oh yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
channel.
That's a video I watched. Yeah.
that guy's the man. And
Yeah,
he's like the historian of all things
Uh,
hardcore and metal and MySpace and business.
yeah. Some of the bands that used to do that stuff back in the day, they're actually like a lot better than what they used to do.
Yeah.
Millionaires has died out. Hollywood Undead's always been like one of those top bands for me, even before I knew about the scene core type
Yeah,
thing.
Hollywood Undead's very impressive. Like,
Yeah.
their career trajectory has been very interesting. And the fact that they went from being a MySpace band to being like an active rock radio band now, very cool.
Yeah, they're almost.
Them to
Yeah, they're
still
still doing
be
the
this
rap rock
relevant and
thing.
have such a strong fan base. And they even got rid of the masks. They don't even need the masks anymore. They're still just as big as they were 5 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll ever
I mean,
be
I
as big as
still-
they first were,
I still
but
like the
they're
mask.
big.
I still like the mask, but yeah, I think they're doing a lot, like really great. Honestly, I think that their
just,
first album was probably their worst, just by like because it's dated as hell. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, it's very
They-
dated.
I mean, Undead.
Came out and apologized for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It has a special place in my heart because I'm
yeah, same.
that age where when that came out, that was a big deal.
Like they kind of improved with all their albums. The first concert I ever went to was actually a Hollywood Undead concert, and
I've
guess-
only seen them once, but I think it was Asking Alexandria. It was years ago.
I think
And Borgor, maybe. It's like a big mashup show.
yeah. Oh, Borgor, I forgot about him. He was the dubstep guy, right? Like he used to do
he's a dubstep
crunkcore.
guy. Did like the metal. Yeah, he did like some metal remixes and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that. I think he has like one of the worst rated albums on Rate Your Music or something like that. I think it was New Gore Order or something
Really?
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he even had that song with Miley Cyrus. Like, he was doing
Oh
really
yeah,
well.
I forgot
I
about
haven't
that.
heard much from him in a while.
Yeah, the
Everybody knows Girls Love Cake or something.
the I forgot the lineup for that show. It was Brave the Royals. I think they were like a local band. Some rapper named Demrick who I've never listened to, and then the Butcher Babies. They were kind of, I guess technically they were the first metal band I saw live.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was when I didn't even know what the hell a mosh pit was. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, yeah.
like,
Dude,
do you know how
straight into it.
do you know how confused I was when I first walked in and I'm like, why are these people
I'm
just
sure
running around in a circle?
Extremely confused.
Yeah, I'm like, why are these people running around in a circle and throwing themselves into each other? But like now I just go into a mosh pit and I just and then I just come out with bruises. I mean, when I went to I Prevail, I came out of that concert shirtless and I had to walk around DC looking for my car. like shirtless.
That's right. You know, I think you're technically allowed to not wear a shirt in DC. I know in New York you don't have to wear a shirt if you don't want to. Because everyone looks at you weird.
No,
You
but
don't have to wear shirts either. We're very equal opportunity here.
but no, the best part was the way that I lost it.
Flawed now.
I had my shirt on in the mosh pit and there was this one guy they all started taking their shirts off and it's like these buff ass dudes go to them like they eat like 4 raw eggs for breakfast every morning, like lifting weights,
Oh,
like
yeah.
tan as hell and shit, and I'm just
Guy who-
and I'm over here like
The only two bands I listen to are I Prevail and They to Remember. Yeah.
yeah, so then he
The
go
rest of the time I spend in the gym.
yeah. So then the guy looks at me and he goes, my friend who's sitting with me, he just goes, "Take it off, big boy." And I'm like, "Fuck off." So then I got peer pressured and I took it off. And the guy, one of the guys picks up takes my shirt, puts it in his hand, and then just yeets it into the crowd. So I'm just standing there like, I needed that shirt. But like,
Yeah.
the whole thing was,
Making $200 a week, I can't afford a new one at 30
Yeah.
bucks, you know?
and I was like, and it was during like halfway through I Prevail's set, so I was like, oh, I'll just grab it when I'm done. So then when everybody walked out, I couldn't find my shirt, so I live like 45 minutes away from DC. I had to like explain to my mom why I came home shirtless. I'm like,
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't get pulled over by a cop either. I'm sure they wouldn't have been.
oh, we went into a
While
Dunkin'.
you're driving around with no shirt on.
We went into a Dunkin' Donuts drive-through. that was funny as hell though. They were like, they just looked in the back seat, they stared at me, and then they just looked away. They were like, that was the best part too, because they didn't realize like what I was doing. Like they probably just thought they kidnapped me or some shit. Like,
I know a Day to Remember encourages people to crowd surf and then crowd surf on top of people.
yeah, that was
Like,
that was
after
fucking
their
crazy.
goal.
I went to see them
That's a
back
big
in
thing they do right now.
yeah, I went to see them back in 2018. That was fucking cool as hell.
I guess if they saw it happen once and they're like, "Wow, this is possible."
Yeah,
Have this happen at every show, and now it happens like all the time.
yeah.
It's always interesting to see.
They have some really like fun loving shows. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, absolutely.
they have like the
Very
beach
fun.
balls. They throw toilet paper and shit at the crowd.
Yeah.
The best
Yeah.
thing I've ever seen at a show was when I went to see Fallen in Reverse, and they're leading up for like their most heaviest song ever. Ronnie's just sitting there. He's like, "You better get your fucking right," and he's just like, like hyping everybody up. And then the first riff hits, and all of a sudden, just somebody once told me the world.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And, like, I don't know if I still have the footage. I can find it somewhere, but
Yeah.
I just look at the crowd and then he like whispers, he just go, and then everybody just starts moshing to it, and I'm like, this is the best fucking mosh pit I've ever been in.
That's amazing.
Uh,
That's great.
has there ever been like any shows where they told you to do something weird and you're just thinking to yourself like, why the hell would I do that?
We were told we couldn't get any spit on the stage once, or else we would have to pay for like a new stage, so we just didn't play.
What?
It was very strange.
How do you
I
how
don't
do
know.
you like how do you like enforce that? Like you're gonna have to like because
I'm not too sure.
you can't tell
We're
what is
like,
sweat and what is
okay.
you can't tell what is
Yeah,
sweat and you can't tell what's spit or just
it was really
any other
weird.
fluids. Like
And like you can't get like your fake blood or anything on the ground. We're like, well, we can't really play then. It was a bummer because like, and then like the whole like local scene like hated us because we didn't play the show. But like we had told the promoter in advance we weren't gonna play because we weren't gonna agree to his terms, and he never like took us off the bill. So people were like, "Why aren't you guys here?" We're like, "Oh, we told the promoter like 2 months ago we're not playing because this is absurd."
all right, I guess we can start off with some questions about who are your influences? You know, like who like kind of inspired you to start
Uh,
kissing Candice?
well, I I'm the first big. I didn't like technically start it, but my influences are Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, like the greats from back in the day. People who I grew up listening to, like bunch of like hardcore metalcore bands like Between the Buried and Me, Converge, stuff from like 2006, 2005. Uh, there's a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah. Uh, let's see. Is there what was the best tour that you ever went on? Like, what was your favorite tour?
Yeah, Mayhem Fest 2015. It was incredible doing such a festival tour like that where we were got to eat at buffets every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and have Vinnie Paul cook barbecue for us, and just be around like all these great up and coming bands. Like Code Orange was on the tour,
Mm,
and Code Orange was playing at like 10 a.m. every day. It was insane. Now they're huge.
let's see. What is your favorite song that you ever made?
It's on a new album. I can't say the name yet, but it's gonna be awesome. And once the new album comes out, hopefully soon. Right now we're not on a label, so we don't have exact dates yet, but it's coming out. And but right now I'll say "Mirrors" is my favorite song.
All right. Uh, what is a song that you might have like some fun facts about, like the production of making it? Like, you know, like was there like any kind of like you know like any kind
Yeah,
of like facts about like a song that may have been
yeah,
unusual? Okay.
I've got a fact about full album. We the producer we went with, he had built the studio in his mom's basement, but he couldn't have more than two people over at once. This is when we did Blind Until We Burn. So the album was written and recorded by the band in like two at a time. So it was just very disjointed, very weird. Like we would show up and there would just be like different things like every day. It's like songs would change and no
Yeah.
idea what was going on. But the album turned out it could have been better, but we're
Oh
still
damn,
proud
my
of it.
game crashed.
So did mine. Just say it looks brutal though.
All
Well,
right. Well, I guess that's where we end it.
well, I guess on that game crashing.
All right.
There we go.
So I just want to thank Michael for joining us for the podcast today. We do have a lot more in store for this interview and a lot more interviews to come. Michael, if you ever want to come back on to the interview, just shoot me an email or a text.
Yeah,
And
I'd love to.
all right. So, is there any final
And
words
yeah,
you want to give to the fans before we head out?
yeah, we're dropping this original version of Blind Until We Burn that's never been heard before. We're only putting it out on vinyl and we're putting out 100 copies. That's coming out. And we have a brand new full length coming out sometime soon, but you'll hear new music from it very soon. And as soon as you hear new music from it, you know it's coming around the corner. And it's the music video we have coming out is by far the most grotesque thing like we've ever done. It might be the most disgusting music video of 2020. I don't know if
All
any
right.
video will top it, but look for that.
All right. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this interview. All of it,
Loved it.
all of Kissing Candice's links will be down in the description. Follow them on Facebook, follow them on Instagram, their YouTube, Spotify, whatever the hell you can find them on. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you later.
One of the finest YouTube channels out there. Something different, something new. One of the most fun interviews I've done. Got to play Mortal Kombat for an hour. No one ever wants to play me in Mortal Kombat. Make sure to check out Grizzly ENT on YouTube.